Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Slow Customs. And in today's episode, we have Sodor Castle. Now I finished Sodor Castle about the same time I finished Green Arrow. So this guy has been pretty recent actually. So yeah, it's finally here, the one that I've been proud of. So yeah, finally doing the video on it. And yeah. Anyway, let's get it started. So we'll start where we usually start with and that is the front. I suppose you can see it fine. So the front of Castle has a kind of unique thing for me, and that is a running board dip. So basically what I did, sorry, there's a piece of cardboard there. What I did was I took a salty chassis after dismantling it. Then I grabbed a little scratch piece or like a leftover bit of balsa wood. Then I glued that onto the chassis to give him not only more length, but also so he can have his like running board dip, even though it's very small. Because to get it to the rest of the length, I had to put a piece of cardboard there. That way he was a little bit more accurate. So yeah, running board is obviously red like all my others. Might as well get that out of the way. Let's see, I don't know if the camera will focus, but right underneath his face there, that is a little piece of cardboard, what I was talking about earlier. And I believe that is for his pistons. I could be wrong, but it could be for his third cylinder, I think. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but Neville has them as well. So I'm going to assume that they're piston things. So, yeah. Anyway. His face is a, I believe, 2012 Steven face that I casted and used hot glue to make. Honestly, I think it looks real good. Like, it looks very accurate. And he can come off like pretty much all my other engines by the chassis wheels. There we go. Nice in focus. I really like how his face came out. It really does scream Castle for me. So this is just like perfect. In the future, I do want to give him like a official molded face from an actual Steven. But I'll do that when I make my short Steven. So for right now, technically his face is kind of a placeholder, kind of not. But yeah, all I really had to do as well is just kind of change the eyebrows a little bit. So yeah. Anyway, so moving back, his boiler is made out of a dowel piece that I had. It is, I believe, a little bit bigger than the actual diameter of a Gordon boiler. I could be wrong just because the Steven face was a little bit smaller. But yeah, so I cut that down and then stuck it to the firebox, which is back there. That way it gave it the rest of the length, because technically what I did first was the cab, which I honestly don't remember what cab that was. I know I did take it off of an engine, though. I have no clue what engine, but it was an engine. That was Wooden Railway. So, anyway, after I did that, I gave it a little bit of extra height, just to really, like, show how skinny and tall it is, like, on the actual Castle classes. So, yeah, then I then I gave him his firebox, which is 2 Henry fireboxes put together to give it that like length or whatever, because the Castles actually have a fairly big firebox, so I wanted to show that. But then I glued it onto the boiler, which is just glued onto the running board as is. So yeah. The funnel on Castle is a Lego stud with the actual top stud cut off. This is the first time that I did it, and I will definitely be doing it again, because honestly, that looks pretty good. His safety valve back there, that is a Wooden Railway, kind of like peg or something to keep it into the body, or the chassis. So I cut that down and stuck it on. The green that I gave him is a little bit darker than my British Rail green, not only to differentiate him, but also because I did think it was the same green, but it wasn't. So in the dark, or like at first glance, he does look pretty dark. But if you really look at him and on camera, he looks perfect. So, yeah. So I don't believe this is Brunswick green, because I know British Rail had that. So this is like GWR green or whatever, with the dual orange lining. So, yeah. Now for the key different thing on my castle is his wheel arches. Now, I have never done wheel arches on a custom before. Well, actually, no. I have on my Harwin, or Harwin, or whatever. But those were like tiny small ones. So this time what I did was I took off-brand wheels and then cut them in half. Then I stuck, well, not exactly in half, but I then stuck them onto the running board to create his wheel arches. And honestly, I think they came out great. Like these, I'm definitely going to be doing again. So yeah, I really like how they came out. They're a little short. Granted, they could have been moved forward a little bit more to give a little bit more space, but honestly, I love them. His nameplate is not the same as Scotsman's, because what I had to do was kind of scratch make it, mainly because I lost the original, as I said in my USA Scotsman. So yeah, it actually came out perfect though on first try too for printing. So yeah, I like those. The cab lining is pretty simple. Now technically he doesn't have the like yellowish gold or whatever on the back part of his cab cut out, but I decided to put it there because the black really blended into the green, so I wanted to like actually show that it was there. So yeah. Yeah, well, on his front here, he doesn't have his cylinders, or like his steam pipes or whatever for his cylinders, because I just couldn't really figure out how to make them. Like, I'm sure there's a way to make them, but I don't really want to figure that out, so he still looks good. The chassis too, I believe this one is either a Henry chassis or a fire truck chassis. I think this one's a Henry chassis that I swapped the wheels with, and then this one, let's see, I think I can still see them. Oh no, this is the Henry chassis, and then this is the fire truck. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, I did that just because I wanted him to have like actual wooden railway wheels. So, because I might remake a scene or two from express engines, so who knows. So yeah, I really like how my castle turned out. I love him to death. Like, this is the best so far, I'd say, just because I really love him. Now, his tender is honestly very simple. It is basically a Hank tender with guardrails on it. So what I did was I took a Hank tender, and then I put a bit of card around it. That way it gave it kind of like that little, kind of like fencing that the GWR hulls had. And then just kind of stuck it on. It is a little bit weird because I did use like Elmer's glue instead of hot glue to glue it on, because the card is card. So yeah, it looks a little weird on the back with that little like divot, but it's not too noticeable unless you look for it. So yeah, the Hank tender too also gave me space to add a water cap, so that's nice. Yeah, the lining for it is, I don't think the most accurate. Like, I'm pretty sure that it isn't supposed to go up on there, but honestly, I think it looks pretty good. I don't really hate it too much, so yeah. The Great Western was made in Google Drawings and cut out and then stuck on, so yeah. Hopefully this camera hasn't been sideways this entire time. I'm now just kind of noticing that. Anyway, Back on here too, he does have a rear buffer beam too. So here's his other side of the tender. So yeah, that will be my Sodor Castle. I really love how this guy turned out. Definitely one of the good ones this year. And hopefully when I make my more accurate Railway Series-esque engines, like all my stylized engines, that's what it is. I plan to kind of get up to this level of like detail with the wheel arches. So yeah, that will be Sodor Castle. Think I'm gonna end it here. Just want to say Happy Easter to everyone. For those who celebrate it too. Just because this coincidentally will probably come out on Easter Day. So yeah, so happy Easter, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.